we have a anthill like structure here. It looks like Myrmecia Wart right off the bat, but when we look closer, this thick epidermis here, we can see all these inclusions. So it's kind of reddish, almost like dark purple-like inclusions here that also make us think of Myrmecia Wart.
Yeah, very good. It's a perfect Myrmecia Wart. Like once you've seen it, you recognize it right away. I think a few things that can be confusing to people with Myrmecia Wart is number one, figuring out which way is up. And this is true of any palmar or plantar wart. They have a tendency, whether or not they have the Myrmecia, the inclusion-like structures of Myrmecia Wart, or they're just regular. But they often have really abundant papillomatosis, but they're kind of sunken down below the surface level of the skin. So like here, the skin surface would be like at this level that I'm drawing across here. So like if the epidermis, if we had it, would be like about here. And then now we have this invagination, this kind of cup-shaped invagination, and the finger-like projections sit down in that cup. So number one, if you're doing a shave biopsy of an acral wart, try to get as deep as you can, because a lot of times what I'll get is just corneal layer, maybe with some granules or para over top. And I could say this could be the surface of a verruca, but I really can't see any epidermis if I just get like this stuff up here, right? Could that be the top of a squamous cell carcinoma? Yeah, sure, it could. If it's a young patient, I'm not really worried about that. But an older adult, you know, I'm not always sure. Sometimes if I can see the Myrmecia inclusions, then it's pretty obvious that we're dealing with a Myrmecia wart. Also, usually if I see large atypical nuclei in parakeratosis, I get worried about an underlying unsampled squamous cell carcinoma. But one major exception is warts, particularly Myrmecia warts or other palmar plantar warts. They can get pretty weird, funky looking parakeratosis over them, the kind that you would see over top of a squamous cell carcinoma elsewhere in the body, but it's just over the top of a verruca. So, but otherwise, if I'm seeing like big dark nuclei that are dead in the parakeratosis, I get elsewhere in the body, like, you know, on the face of an older person, I get very concerned that there's an underlying unsampled squamous cell carcinoma. And I'll usually say it's atypical parakeratosis, but and ask for a deeper biopsy. But here, in an acral site in a younger person, I feel okay with that, especially if we see the big blobs of inclusion. Okay, so the other features, you know, when we look down below, is it going to freeze up? Okay, there we go. You're going to see the intoeing, the reedy pointing towards the middle, the papillomatosis of the epidermis, the dilated capillaries in the papillary dermis usually. You will see hypergranulosis with big dark purple granules, and then you'll also in Myrmecia see these like kind of reddish purple chunky inclusions, and that's thought to be a conglomeration of viral particles. At least that's the way I've learned it. Okay, so what else could mimic this? The two other things I sometimes see people get confused about is that they think this looks a little bit like molluscum, or they think it looks a little bit like epidermolytic hyperkeratosis, okay? So I think the warty shape is the most helpful thing off the bat, that's for verruca. Also, the vast majority of Myrmecia type verruca that I've seen are on acral skin. I've rarely seen them at other places. I think I saw one on the elbow, which is kind of almost like acral skin if you think about it. I've seen one on the eyebrow once, but usually the 99% of them I see on the palm or sole. Okay, or fingers, toes, okay? And molluscum is usually in hair-bearing skin because it seems to kind of involve like hair follicle epithelium, I think. And I don't think I've ever seen molluscum on the palms or soles. So the site right away will help you. And then EHK can look a little bit like, the other thing, molluscum, the inclusions, the Henderson-Patterson bodies, do look a bit like this, but they are much more uniform in size and shape, whereas you get ones of all different size here in Myrmecium. Tiny ones, little ones, medium ones, and big, huge ones, all together kind of chaotically in the Myrmecia wart. So I have a whole video about Myrmecia and molluscum and how to tell those apart. And I also have videos about epidermolytic hyperkeratosis, which can have some like chunky aggregates like this, but will have more clear cell change in the keratinocytes and will not usually have a warty surface unless it's a acanthoma, in which case it could look a little bit like this. So those are kind of three things you could put in the differential together. And again, I've got videos and examples of those on my Kiko index that you guys can check out. So verruca, palmar plantar verruca, Myrmecia type. And Myrmecia comes from the Greek word for ant.